Hello there, this is Dr. Samurai, a professor in Japan specializing in international social pathology. The topic of today's My Minute lecture is Ms. Colleen La Rose. Ms. Colleen La Rose. And let's start today's thug profile number 30. Ms. Colleen La Rose was born in 1963. She was born in America. She received 10-year sentence for planning a murder and also providing material support to terrorism. She, I think, pleaded guilty and received that 10-year sentence. She dropped out of high school at the age of 16 and got married right away. And again, she got married at the age of 24, but divorced 10 years after. Then she moved to Pennsylvania in 2005. In 2005, she was in despair and she tried to commit suicide. It was after that she converted herself to Islam. She instructed people towards her cause, including violent acts. She also worked very hard to recruit those who are willing to go for suicide bombing. One of those she recruited tried to assassinate Sweden cartoonist for drawing Muhammad in a wrong, harmful context. But it was just a plan and not put into practice. Okay? Although at first she insisted that she didn't do it. In 2011, she pleaded guilty and received and accepted that 10 years sentence. She was fortunately released into the society as a model prisoner. And let's check into further details of Ms. Colleen La Rose, aka Jihad Jane. It was my first time to contact a female terrorist, but she was very cordial, and she was also ready to be released in a few years. So the first word she said to me was, if I could help, please ask me any questions. It was very polite letter. So I asked, why did you choose this kind of path? And she goes, her family was out of order, so to speak. Her parents divorced, and her biological father started to rape her, and that lasted for 5 years. I think most of you might not know, but this kind of incest happens more often than you think it does. When the wife rejects having sex, or in like the case of Colleen's, because of the divorce, his sexual partner suddenly is gone. In such case, the stupid father, I don't want to even call them father, stupid guy, go for their own daughter. And it is not so easy to get off of the hook created by biological father or mother. That's why even the boys who grew way bigger physically than mother cannot even kill their own mother for the previous physical violence, because this psychological advantages that they have is way higher than the kids can easily jump over, you know. So I feel sorry about what happened to Miss Colleen. But anyway, she was, in such a terrible situation with the sick father for 5 years. She ran away, not wanting to do it anymore. But the only way she could make money was selling her body as a prostitute. That kind of makes sense because that's all she had been doing. She got married twice during those ups and downs of years. She lost her two close friends, and that drove her to her own suicide by pill. And thank God she didn't lose, her life. But remember, to those with the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, they are very vulnerable to external damage because they are still psychologically well established. They are still very fragile. So I think by seeing those two close friends dying, she felt close to death herself too. Those with the mental scar, the something very light to the ordinary people, could be very hurting too. That I would like you to know. Okay? After that suicide attempt, she lived with her boyfriend for 5 years, including recuperating physically. Then, after that 5 years, she converted to Islam. I think it is this boyfriend that she said she was going to get married. But this boyfriend never invited her to become Islam during those 5 years, And it was Ms. Colleen's, own decision to convert to the Muslim, okay? And she said she felt, there was not resounding with the teachings of Islam. This is my guess, but the way those Islamic nations were treated in the world, maybe she overlapped herself with those countries. She said to me in her letter that I, for the first time, felt like I found the place that I should be at. She sounded very happy in her letter because there's always this context to lead to the point, right? She, being honest and have no positive past, she upped some positive message to encourage Muslim people. She came up with the nickname Jihad Jane by herself. That sounds kind of dangerous name to a law enforcement agent, but that's kind of cool name, Can be used in some kind of movie or something, sound-wise. I'm sorry. But and she just genuinely wanted to help the same people of Islam who are hurt. She devoted all herself to that cause of helping Muslim people in trouble. Having experienced nothing good in Western society, she really meant that she didn't care about throwing away her own life to the people that she decided to be with for the rest of her life. She later said, "It was my first time that I felt I met with the people that I can trust all the way without any doubt." So she was kind of happy and blessed to have this opportunity to be a Muslim, But at the same time, because she loved as she does the Muslims and the teachings of Islam. She was outrageous when she saw a satirical drawing of Muhammad drawn by Mr. Lars Bilk, a Sweden cartoonist. She made a resolution to make him pay back for what he did, which she decided is her life mission. I kind of understand. Please do not misunderstand. I am not approving violence, but I kind of understand how she felt having heard all her life stories, and she finally found this oasis she could truly relax. And this cartoonist, with his shallow understanding of international society, drew a satirical drawings of Muhammad, who is very important to many people. Did I tell you that my doctoral major was international and multicultural education? From that perspective, this cartoonist did not have international literacy of understanding different culture, just seeing things in the eyes of Western people. But people see things from different angles. We always have to be very careful about what other people would think about. Like, what if somebody drew drawings of, your mom's drawings, which is sexual connotation and stuff like that? Everybody would get angry, right? So you would have to understand that when you deal with people of different cultures. I think it is this literacy of different cultures is one big theme that we all have to learn to live this global society more peacefully and more friendly. This is my guess, but you remember in the beginning I said Ms. La Rose first insisted that she was innocent and didn't commit the crime. That could be from this. She thought, what is wrong was him and not her. That's what she first felt, I imagine. And that's why she didn't want to accept what she really did. She didn't feel like she wanted to be as genuine as she normally is, But in the end, she accepted the 10-year sentence. But after that, she put the line like this to me, okay? I am planning to get married with a gentleman in the same religion, and for that, I don't think it would be appropriate to keep communicating with you, who is a male. But I really would like you to know my happiness of having found the final place that I can be at in this life. That she kindly wrote to me. Imagine this. She has been taken advantage of since she was a little kid who didn't even have a correct judgment and couldn't even reject what adult people try to do her, right? Probably she did not have experience of feeling true love during her childhood. So I think this Muslim world is something like her family that she has been looking for all her life. Although she cannot have her own kids because of what happened, in a previous marriage. But as a teacher, if she could have a baby, she could have been a really kind mom, you know, who loved her kids with all she had. I felt that way from the way she wrote to me. And I am cordially hoping that she would not be betrayed this time by those people who she chose to live with. I would really like her to be happy and have an happy ending in the end. You know, her letter somehow made her feel that way because of her genuine, sincerity, without any pretense. And I would like to finish this lesson by this. I hope you could get something from this short minute lecture. Like I said, we still have 20 more to go, as my minute lecture. So I see you next time, and please have a wonderful time. Okay? Bye bye now.